hello to all of my socialites and celebutantes across the country and beyond. I am Zim VanAdams, conquering the world, one word at a time. For those of you who follow me faithfully on Twitter, twitter.com/Zim VanAdams, for those of you who follow me faithfully on Twitter, you know that last Saturday, November the 28th it was, I sort of went on a rant. Because I discovered that the young man who I've been dating for the past 8 to 9 months has an online dating profile via BGC. And for those of my viewers who don't know what BGC is, if you're unaware of the social network, it's basically a place where gay, black, and Latino men come to date, hook up, meet for sex. You know, some people use it, and I'm reaching, some people use it to just scroll and look through pictures or what have you. But for the most part, it's a hookup network, okay? It's a regular online dating hookup network. And I'm not so bothered by the fact that, you know, he's on BGC. I'm bothered by the fact that for the past 8 to 9 months, he's made it perfectly clear to me that he doesn't want me posting our photos together on my blog or on my Twitter or on my Facebook or MySpace or what have you. And I've respected that. I've respected that because I realize, as he says, I'm very public. And for a lot of people, you know, being out there and such is not the most comfortable place to be. Everybody doesn't want the world looking at them or staring at them or knowing their name or identity. So I understand that and I respected it. But the problem I'm having is this. If you're telling me that I'm too public and you would prefer over our 8 or 9 month dating period that I not post pictures of you or us, why is it that it's okay then for you to post your own pictures on BGC, one of the largest gay dating networks in the country, where hundreds of thousands of people are looking at you? And it's not like his pictures were just regular, you know, face profile shots. No. He had pictures posted of him at Miami Beach with his locks blowing in the wind, standing in the water, you know, muscles glistening and swim trunks and all of this. Pictures I've never even seen before. And so it really made me feel some type of way. But what made me feel worse, and once again, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you know a lot of times I may not mention specifically who I'm with, but I always pretty much tell you where I am and what I'm doing. And if you'll scroll back to Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving morning, my sister and I, every year, always watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade together. And I was going to go to her apartment to watch it. But no. Tiger calls me, and that's what I call him. I call him Tiger, you know, and how ironic. Tiger Woods, right? I call him Tiger. Tiger called me, wanted to do breakfast that morning because, of course, he was going to be with his family in the evening, and I was going to be with my family in the evening. And Tiger lives at least like a 30 to 40 minute drive away from here. He lives in Laurel. And I was nice enough, I'd sacrificed spending time with my sister that morning and decided, you know what? He's always complaining about how I don't make time for him, how you know, everything else is priority over him and this, that, and the other. And so I got dressed, I got in my car, I drove out there and I had breakfast with him. We drank sangria, we went and had pancakes and eggs and sausage and bacon and everything else. And then we parted ways. And I came back to spend the day with my family, and he came to spend Thanksgiving with his. That night, he wanted me to come out and spend the night with him, but I couldn't because I had to appear at Love Nightclub to support Daryl Wilson and, you know, the big black party that was going on, what have you. All of you have seen the pictures, you know I was there. I didn't get in the house till 5:30 Friday morning, Black Friday morning. He had asked me, could I please go shopping with him so he could get all of his Christmas stuff for his house, all the decorations, cards for all his co-workers, all this. You all remember, go back and look at my Twitter line. I was dead effing tired. I slept from 5:30 to 7:18 a.m. in the morning. Got up, drove all the way back out to Laurel, spent the whole day with him making all these lists with stuff that he should buy because he spends money like there's no tomorrow. So, you know, I made a list so that he would follow a regimen, you know what I mean, specifically as to what to buy, what to spend money on, everything else. Spent the whole day with him getting all the stuff that he needed, stayed at his apartment, everything. Mind you, while all this is going on, I wasn't really posting to VanAdams.com. If you go back and look through my archives, I only had one post on Thursday, one post Friday, one post Saturday, one post, basically those 3 days. Why? Because I was with him. And I made the conscious decision. He didn't necessarily ask me, but I made the conscious decision to invest my time and attention into him. Because he's always saying I don't give him quality time. I don't give him the attention I give other people. I'm always putting this first and that first. And I made that sacrifice for him, which now I deem as a mistake. Because as soon as I left his place on Saturday, 10 to 15 minutes later, he's logged on to BGC. And I'm not going to get all into how I know, how I found out. Just know that Zimmy Bear knows a lot of people in a lot of high and low places. And when I want to know something, or when things happen, things are brought to my attention. But it bothers me, one, that after all the sacrifices I made over 3 days to spend that time with him, 10 to 15 minutes after I leave your apartment, you're logged on to a dating network as if the time we spent together didn't mean shit? Like, that's what really gets me. And then his profile had the audacity to say, when it said status, he wrote discreet. Discreet? Really? Really, bitch? Discreet? When a dude says he's discreet, it doesn't mean that he's private. It means the bitch is secretive, and it means that he's sneaky. Granted, I never asked him along these 8 or 9 months whether he had a dating online network or social profile. But when you're telling me, oh, I love you so much, and oh, we're going to adopt kids together, and we're going to buy a house, we're going to do all these things, right? So, meanwhile, while I'm taking our kids to dance class and Boy Scouts on the weekends, you're going to be logged on to BGC looking for your next piece, right? That's how things are going to go. No, ma'am. I can't deal with it. I cannot wrap my mind around the fact that here's a young man, so for 8 or 9 months has been telling me he didn't want me to put any of our pictures out in the public, but yet you're profiled on Miami Beach with your dreads blowing in the wind and everything else in swim trunks on BGC. Really? Really? Like, how am I supposed to feel about that? And it's like I've tried to make sense of it. I've tried to say, well, you know what, Zim? He's asked you to be his boyfriend several times. You keep telling him no. So, you know, as I've told him before, it's okay for you to go and date other people. Do you? Because I'm not ready to be your full-time boyfriend, because that's a lot of work. He needs constant, round-the-clock time and attention, and I just don't have it. I'm focused, I'm on a journey, I'm going places. I don't have time for a relationship. So I've told him you can date other people, that's fine. But when I asked him about the profile, instead of acknowledging the fact that it exists, he says to me, I'm in the mall, and I don't want to talk about this right now. And I am offended by the fact that you would have the audacity to accuse me of hooking up with guys or meeting guys online. That represents. Share with me. I really respect your opinions, because I know many of you have different experiences. You all stem from different socioeconomic backgrounds, different ages, and you know, share a bit. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm done. And unless one of you can come up with a very reasonable and I mean extraordinary explanation or reasoning behind why he's chosen to make the decisions he's made, I'm done. So let's continue this journey of socialites and celebutantes. Let's continue to share our experiences together, and let's continue to conquer this world, one word at a time.